Welcome to Stories Hope. I'm Christine Hotchkiss. Each week, I bring you stories that will inspire you, educate you, and give you hope. I want to thank my studio sponsor, the Motivated Mind Group, your global creative agency based right here in downtown Chandler. Today, I have two guests, one special guest and her mom, the other special guest. We're going to talk about scoliosis. My guests are Angel and Jax Fuchs. We're going to give a little fun in this introduction. Jax is a 10-year-old fifth grader from Phoenix, Arizona. She has a passion for performing and is dedicated to her training. She's a dancer, award-winning vocalist, and community theater actress known for her kind heart and her radiant smile. But things changed with all her activities, as your active 10-year-old would be. On her 10th birthday, she got a massage, and that is when things changed. The day before Thanksgiving in 2020, Jax was officially given the diagnosis of having scoliosis, and then a treatment plan began. Please help me welcome my guest today, Jax, and her mother, Angel Fuchs. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and this is kind of bizarre. If anyone doesn't know me, they're like, no, that's you. I met you both. Actually, I met Jax right away when we were taking pictures, or pictures were being taken at the Chandler International Film Festival just this year in January. And I was like, oh, she's so cute. Can I take a picture with you? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then her smile is just so contagious. And then I saw later on she was actually a presenter at the film festival. And that's when I learned about her having scoliosis. And so I reached out to find out more about it, because when I was younger, not that long ago, we would go to gym class. They would have their annual exams, and one of them was a scoliosis test. Right. I don't know that they still do that in school, so now you had something completely different with the massage.
Right.
So please tell me more about what is scoliosis for those that don't really know what it is.
So scoliosis is any kind of curve or abnormality curve in your spine. So, and they can range in degrees to minor to very severe. And it's just the curve in the spine. And it's, from what I understand, it's relatively rare. 2 to 3% of the population have been diagnosed or are diagnosed. But it's usually minor. It doesn't have to be addressed. Treatment's not necessary, but in her case, it was necessary.
So you said minor, major, treatment. Mm-hmm. Some big words.
Yeah.
What would you consider minor?
So we were told at her appointment that anything below 30 degrees can go untreated, depending on the age, if puberty has been reached, and that treatment usually starts with a brace. There's also physical therapy that can be done, and then anything that's closer to above 30, closer towards 40, is it could be invasive treatments like surgery.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Jax, did you have like a feeling in your back that was not like normal, painful, or anything like that?
Not at all.
No.
No, it was like the diagnosis, as you said in the introduction. She wanted a massage. She's a little bit of a diva, and she wanted to be pampered for her birthday.
She loves the camera.
Yeah, she does. She really does. She grew up in front of a camera, pretty much. Her dad and I are both, we do photography, and so she's grown up with a camera in her face her whole life.
Okay.
So she's very comfortable in front of it, but she wanted a massage for her birthday, for her 10th birthday, which is in July. And I took her in for the massage, and the therapist kept bringing it up in her massage. I had to be in the room with her when she was having her massage. And she kept bringing it up, and I was a little bit annoyed about it, because I just wanted her to enjoy her massage. Didn't really think it was the therapist's place to, although they know anatomy obviously for their job, I didn't think it was her place to try to diagnose. So I remember being a little irritated, but it planted that seed that I should have her checked. And so her birthday is in July, so normally she would have her well visit in July. But she was right in the middle of doing a show that was a very demanding show with a lot of performance dates and rehearsals. And we just weren't able to make the time to get her into her well visit, because she was missing some school for the shows as well. And I didn't want her to miss any more. So her well visit wasn't until the end of August. And during that time, from when the massage therapist said it, and I actually took her in, like she had voice lessons where her voice teacher is very conscious and mindful of her posture. So she kind of noticed sometimes she would be standing with a slouch, you know, would be like, Jax, you getting lazy on me? And, you know, just little things like that I was like, maybe like something is up. So when I finally did take her to her well visit, I asked them to check, and they don't check. They said they normally don't check until around 11 when they're more entering puberty, and that's the thing with school as well. I asked the school nurse, because I remember being checked several times as an elementary school student, but she had never been checked, and it's not required anymore. Like if the school nurse, what she told me is that it's not required by the state or anything, and she does it if there's timing in the schedule.
Interesting.
So it could have gone missed if it weren't for that massage therapist.
Well, if you think about the time frame, you're at this age, our bodies are growing and
Yes.
forming, and to that point, in my mind, it would be like almost like a too late kind of thing and more painful. So my question for Miss Jax is, without having known what you now know with the walk of having scoliosis, when you were told that you had scoliosis, what did that mean to you? What did you feel? How did you think?
Well, at first, I really didn't know what scoliosis was, so it didn't mean a whole bunch.
Okay.
And then when I kind of asked later, I was like, what's scoliosis, Mom? And she told me, and I was kind of confused.
Okay.
And I think she was worried about how it would affect. She loves dancing. She takes lots of dance classes. Performing is really her life, and I think she was worried, like, how is she going to wear that thing right there on the stage? So I think there was a lot of anxiety with that, and that's what kind of led us into what she is doing now with trying to raise awareness. She also wants to document her progress, and that's why we started Girl with a Curve as like a source of inspiration, because she was looking online to see other kids, what they were doing. She really couldn't find, you know, other kids living active lives, like, or any kids. Like, of course, we saw pictures, but there, you know, there's YouTube channels on everything, and we couldn't find a YouTube channel about.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so much on YouTube, and there
Right?
wasn't anything
Like
to
there
find.
was some, but none with what she was looking for. Young girls who dance, who are very active. She also does tumbling, so I think she was kind of like, what? But there's also things that started to make sense, like her center of gravity might be a little bit off, so there's tumbling tricks that she has been working on forever, and they might have just been a little bit thrown off because she wasn't perfectly aligned. So, yeah,
So we have actually, you pointed out there is a brace here. Is this the first one, or has there been more?
There has been 2.
There has been 2. This is her second brace, but the first one was worn for less than a week. It was, the first one was improperly made for her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to be casted a specific way for it to...
Actually, no.
She wasn't.
So
So
tell
that's
me.
an old school
I'll let her
way.
tell me.
Mm-hmm.
What did you have to do?
So they put me on a bed, and they just kind of measured like my diameter and my length of like my back and my like chest.
Okay.
And they also they put me in this really tight belt, and then they like did a 3D scan around me and then fit it to that 3D scan.
Oh, so you didn't have to have your body casted.
No.
Okay. And the first one was not proper, which means that just a little slight mismeasurement is what made a big difference.
Yeah, I don't really know what was going on. Like when they had put it on her, number one, when we first saw it, it was very jarring because we knew she was going to have a brace.
Well, and I don't know, okay, so here's the brace, and I'm going to rotate it around so everyone gets an idea of the spine and how it is and how you're trying to actually straighten it
out. Yeah.
Now I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to show me how you would actually have to put it on. I mean, you don't have to get up or anything, but I see that there's snaps here, and what parts here are going, because I know this is what, the top part of your back to what? Your waist, your pelvis?
It comes all the way down. Like this is like the top of her bum right here.
Yeah.
This goes
Oh, that doesn't seem like it would be
under
very
her
comfortable.
armpit.
No.
It's not, and she sleeps in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so how often are you in this, or how long are you in it?
I'm supposed to be in it for 16 to 20 hours a day,
Uh,
but the tech told me it was okay if I just wear it for like
12 to 14,
12 to
she would be
14.
an overachiever to get used to it. Yeah, but the
So-
more she wears it,
the better my spine
Yeah.
would be. But
So, how long do you have to wear this for? Not the time that you just shared with me, but until it actually shows that your spine is moving the way it's supposed to in alignment?
I have to wear it for 2 years.
Oh, so they've already told you the time frame.
a minimum of 2 years. Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And her doctor is hopeful that, so she has a curve that's severe enough to require a brace, but not so severe that she's going to be in it for years and years. And the goal is not to straighten her spine back to normal.
Yeah.
It's just to prevent further curvature. Okay. So, and then, hopefully get a few degrees lessened in the curve. So he thinks that can be achieved in about 2 years based on her growth projection, her age right now. So,
Because the body's going to continue to grow.
yeah.
Okay. We already mentioned that you're very active. Mom has said that, tumbling and stuff like that. If you're supposed to wear this 12 to 16 hours in a day, how in the world are you supposed to be as active as that you're supposed to be bending your body to do the things you like to do?
So what I do is I have to take it off every time I do physical activities. So when I have PE in school, before I go down to PE, I have to get special permission from my teacher to go down to the nurse's office.
To take it off. Now, what if you're 10 years old, you're very active, we already talked about what you like to do. What if you decide not to wear it for the time frame in a day? Are you going to feel pain in your body when you eventually put it back on?
No.
No? Okay. And how uncomfortable is that to sleep in?
I have to sleep in a certain position. Like, I don't have to, but I like to so I can actually sleep. So when I have this on, this comes to right here, and I don't like to put my arm down when I sleep.
Probably.
So I have to I have to put it up here, and I like to bend my legs.
Yeah,
But I don't
she
have
sleeps with her arms up in the air above her head. Yeah, I mean it's the little things that it has changed that she's had to adapt to have been. I wouldn't, as an adult, be able to deal with it.
We have no patience.
Right, we don't. Right.
Yeah, they
Like
learn
even she
patience.
can't. She has like a very special clothing. They say that she can wear this under her clothes, like she does. They give you body socks to wear under it.
Okay.
She doesn't think the body socks are comfortable because they're ribbed. They're stretchy and they're ribbed, and those ribs, this compresses that into her. So she's always like, she can feel the texture, seams, buttons, snaps, all of that. So like this kid who loves to wear jeans and cute
Stylish
tops.
jackets.
Yeah, she can't. Yeah, she can't do that. So she finds that yoga pants, like seamless pants, are easiest, and then
seamless tank tops.
and seamless tank tops and tees are the easiest. And luckily, she is a dancer, so she had a lot of that already, like seamless stuff, that undergarments that she just had already, and found that those were more comfortable than the body socks. So I mean, she's basically wearing black, sometimes like a nude color underneath, and then she wears an oversized hoodie. I feel like that is the oversized hoodie. I would like her to transition out of it, because I feel like the hoodie she's kind of wearing to cover it, and I don't want her to feel like she has to cover it.
So Jax, what is the most frustrating thing about having this brace?
Probably wearing it.
I would agree. I'm not sure I would want to wear it either. I would bling it out or something fashionable.
I want to do that.
Oops.
She does. She got to this is, her own design. She got to pick
Oh, you did?
color.
Oh, okay.
Yep, she got to pick color. They had a whole book of colors that she could choose, and she chose pink. She's a pink girl.
Okay.
Yeah, and she does have stickers that she wants to put on it. You know how you put stickers on your Yetis and your water bottles, your hydro flasks. So she has stickers that she just hasn't really gotten there yet, So.
And the mobility, not so much. No. So what are you wanting to achieve, since we have on the screen your Instagram account? What is it that you're wanting to bring on awareness?
So I want to help people who are going through something like I am. And it's kind of like, because like when I first found out, I kind of went to YouTube, but there wasn't anything. So I want people to come to me and see how it feels, how to put it on, and see what I'm dealing with. And then I want to inspire them.
You've inspired me. I don't want to wear a brace, but you've inspired me for sure. We have other limitations as we get older.
Yeah, for sure.
And it doesn't sound like you're actually having a limitation. You're just exposing to everyone what this does. And I will tell you that having a positive attitude at your age is the best thing you can have now and always throughout life, because there will be other things that will come about. But to be your age and want to inspire others on something that we either don't understand, don't know, or watch someone else that's doing something that people say, I can't do that. And I sit all the time with so many people here that show you, yes, you can. And I'm glad that you're one of those, yes, you can.
Yeah. I feel like when I see that and what she has to go through, I'm always like, you want to bear that burden for your kid. You know, you want them to have every advantage. And sometimes I feel like this puts her at a disadvantage, but I've really yet to see it cause any disadvantages for her, because she just adapts. Like things that I didn't even think would affect it, like her voice lessons. She can't wear it for her voice lessons because she can't expand her lungs and project. So she has to take it off for that.
Okay.
And who would really think, right?
I didn't until you just said that, and I'm thinking, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's also, when she's a little under the weather, they told us to have her take it off because she needs to be able to get like full rest. So it's really not allowing. She sleeps in it, but you know, she's sleeping in that, so she might not be resting as well as she could be. So they said it would be okay to take it off then. So just all these little things that it restricts, you know, it's crazy. Like if she has a cough, she can't wear it because she can't like expand to cough. So
this, I'm assuming, is pretty tight,
tight
on you, like a second skin kind of tight.
Mm-hmm. It's tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to get tighter. Like right now
already on the tightest
she's
skin.
she has to, in March, she's going for another visit. And at that point, they will determine if it's making a difference. And if it's not, they will so those indentations, those are called pushes.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have to add padding to make the push, you know, more aggressive.
Oh, wow.
So, and that'll be evaluated.
Like putting braces in your teeth. I've never had braces, but I've heard, you got a retainer. So you know all the pushing on the teeth and the bones. Those are your exposed bones, but here you've got everything that you're having to cinch in. Oh.
So she brought up the tooth, the braces on your teeth.
Yeah.
What was that you said to me once?
So what I said to myself and my mom and my parents is, I had braces to straighten my teeth, and now I have a back brace to straighten my back.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. I'm not sure which one's more painful, the back brace.
I don't know about
mobility.
that because when she started her tooth brace journey with an expander, and I got to tell you, that was
My niece had one of those, and she said it was
painful.
horrific.
That was hard to eat. This is painful.
yeah.
So we know that kids can be mean and not mean to be mean.
Right.
How does this go about with school and your friends or students?
So there was one person who wasn't very kind, but that was the only time.
Probably because they didn't understand or didn't know.
Actually, they told me that they had to do surgery and they had a brace for a year.
Oh.
And then he called me a mean name. I'm like,
Oh, we know when boys are mean at that age, they like you.
I was proactive right away when I found out that she was going to need the brace. I immediately emailed the teacher, the school nurse, and the principal, and just let them know that she was going to be wearing a brace, that I had concerns about how other students would treat her. Yeah, exactly. And that I would like them to help, me keep an eye on that. She might not tell me if something's happening or if they notice a change in her demeanor. So I let them know right away that she's going to be doing this. I'm a little bit, apprehensive about her wearing a brace to school, and we all need to work together. So I was very proactive, and I went to the school nurse and I showed her how to help her put it on, and we came up with a plan. So I think that was very important, and gave me peace of mind. Yeah, to make sure that like the bullying and everything didn't happen. And so far, so good. So
I have a suggestion. I don't know if you've done this yet. Only because you and I already talked about how they don't do the scoliosis tests in school anymore. I remember it. Maybe since you're wanting to be, and you are the advocate of having a scoliosis at your age, and you have your Instagram account, maybe you could go to the school and maybe be an assembly speaker to actually tell everybody what this is about, instead of them looking at you, assuming something or not knowing, and then maybe that will help someone else that they don't think that it would be helpful, but it is helpful if that made any sense. Education and communication
that
is
would be fun,
key to everything. I really feel that way.
Yeah.
That's why I have you here, because I don't know much about it. I just knew it was a test. Now I get to learn what you go through. So what are treatments? Is it just the back brace, or do you have to go get stretches? What have you got to do?
So some people who have not so severe like me, they have back braces. So that's the treatment. And then when they have like 40 and 50-degree curves, they have to get a brace, or they have to get surgery. And there's also sorts of like physical therapy. You could do some stretching and like Pilates, and you can do chiropractic care. And I think I want to also start that, so I can get out of the brace sooner.
There you go.
Yeah.
But your body's still growing, so you might not get to, because it's got to catch up with the way you're growing.
Yeah, for sure. So making her story public on social media, I also have my own social media following. I put it out that she was going to go through this, and a lot of people reached out, and I was connected with a woman who had severe scoliosis and wore a brace unsuccessfully, and had back problems, and then now she's actually corrected her curve with Pilates. So she has kind of stepped into Jax's life to help her through that and teach her techniques to make the brace more, just more comfortable, fixing or strengthening her core more, so it's not, so the brace becomes less. I mean, because when you're like sagging into the curve, it's like the stronger you are, the more you're holding yourself up. So, is teaching her some tricks, but there's I definitely YouTubed different stretches, and there's all kinds of people who claim that with these stretches you can straighten out your spine, and stretching is never bad, so she incorporates a little bit of that, but there's different physical therapy that can be prescribed as well.
Thank you for being the voice of the little ones, but you're also the voice for the adults too. But you're the one that people will pay attention to. Obviously, I paid attention, but I am a rare breed too, because I'm always paying attention. What's going on? What's going on? Why?
Yeah.
Why? And so I think it's great that you're at an age where you're confident enough and looking at it as an advantage versus a disadvantage. And there will be some people that will say, oh, it's a disability. Well, I have been corrected. It's a different ability.
Yeah.
So I think that you have both of those qualities, so thank you. I do have a final question for each of you. It's not related to scoliosis, unless you want the answer to be that.
Okay.
If I had only one question to ask to get to know someone or know who I think I know about them, it would be this question. I'm going to let Mom go first.
Okay.
Because she's got a few years, so she may have an answer that will take her a few minutes to think about, okay? Based on your journey of life, what message would you like to leave everyone?
I just feel like with every situation in life, good or bad, if you have an open mind and a kind heart, that you can get through anything. And that's what I've always tried to teach her. That's like life isn't always easy, but if you can find, like, have an open mind and an open heart and find a reason for why things are happening, or make a reason, like, this happened because it's going to get me to this point. That's what I try to lead by example for her. So yeah, like, just kind heart, open mind is key to navigating life in any situation.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think there are certain things that happen in our lives for us to get to that point of thinking. And then you start realizing, you know what, I'll be okay with where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I sit with a lot of different people, and I have my own story, and I say to myself, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And always be grounded and grateful, for sure. And I have a kind heart, because you don't know. Not everyone's going to sit down in an interview and say, so tell me, why are you the way you are?
Yeah.
So yeah, being open-minded and kind-hearted is definitely, I agree.
Yeah.
Miss Jax, at the young age of 10, what message would you like to leave everyone?
I'd say keep persevering, and you can get through anything.
Bam, she got that one. So I'm going to actually have you elaborate a little bit more. Persevering in regards to what?
Anything that's hard in life, you can get through if you just try, and if you just keep a positive mindset.
Sometimes we can fall back on the not so positives.
Yeah.
But you're going to get through it, right?
Yeah.
Persevere. I love that word.
I'm surprised she knew that word. Like, I think I feel like I underestimate this child a little bit more.
Oh.
She does.
Yeah, it's I feel like that's an SAT word, and she just.
Oh, well, that means she's going to do real well. And if you can remember the mindset you have right now, and you carry that through your adult life, you will do good. You will do really good.
Yeah, I feel like she's always very positive, and I feel like it comes a lot from performing and from auditioning. Like, she knows how to be rejected and take that with grace and turn it all into a learning experience. So I feel like that has kind of guided her to take the right path with this journey as well.
You're doing good, Mom.
And
you're doing great, because you get to identify what you want and what information you want to take to go throughout your day when Mom and Dad are not around.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Is there anything I did not ask that you want to throw in here real fast that I may have forgotten?
No.
Did you want to show them how to put it on?
Sure.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to get up and do it?
If you can carefully, they're
Maybe
saying
not,
no.
huh?
They're
Yeah.
saying no, it'd be too
Okay.
much. All right, I
Yeah.
apologize. They're saying it'd be too much because you have the microphone.
The mic, that's
Yeah.
why I was just like, oh no. But she does have to lay down to put that thing on.
Oh, then that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she can stand up and get it on, but to get like the best fit where her spine is lining up,
Okay.
she has to lay down.
Okay.
Because it makes her the longest.
How about this? Your Instagram account has it on there.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Then
little
they
video
can
of me
see
putting
how
it on.
you actually
Yeah.
put it on, and all the progressive steps that you've had going on, and your active life with what you do with and without that on. Sound good? That information has been provided throughout the entire recording, so that don't be surprised if you get some more followers on there.
Okay.
And keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you both for being my guests today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, they say don't talk to strangers, but you trusted me, so I thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, great story, a great lesson, and education too. I want to thank my studio sponsor, the Motivated Mind Group, your global creative agency based right here in downtown Chandler. Don't forget to subscribe, share, want to share this episode for sure, and like, so that you can get the next Stories of Hope episodes. If you have a story you want to share to give hope, inspire, educate, or you're an organization in the community making a difference, please email me to the address of stories@christinehotchkiss.com. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, also email me to the address of stories@christinehotchkiss.com. Until next time, everyone, I wish you well, and you take care.